This outlines the process to finish exterior timber decking.
The proposed system provides an ultimate protection for exterior timber decks which are exposed to harsh weather conditions such as sun, rain, sea breeze, and sea spray.
Typical substrates. Hardwoods. This could be teak, bamboo, or any such timber that is used for decking. Equipment required: 120, 180, and 320 to 400 grit sandpaper. A 2-inch brush. A water-based wood putty. Sayerlack AML 3542 wood stain. Sayerlack AOL 3867 topcoat. Sayerlack XA 4034 pigmented paste. Before starting the coating process, the moisture content should be checked with a moisture meter and it should be below 15%. Make sure the wood is seasoned well. Surface preparation. Sanding. A correct sanding process will remove visible defects and surface contaminants, ensuring the wood surface is level. As the first step, the wooden surface needs to be sanded with 36, 60, or up to 100 grit sandpaper. The purpose of the first sanding stage is to use a coarse grit sandpaper to remove surface imperfection such as milling marks and to level the wood. Frequently check the sandpaper for any signs of clogging and replace as needed. Wipe off dust particles using a brush. Use incremental sandpapers by hand up to 120 grit to make surface less coarser. This will remove machinery marks, planers, and make the wood smoother. Always follow the direction of the wood grains. Surface preparation. Wood putty. The wood needs to be checked for imperfections such as cracks and nail holes. Take the required quantity of wood putty and fill in the identified areas with imperfections by using a water-based wood putty. Allow putty to dry for at least 45 minutes. Longer drying times might be required for larger cavities. After the wood putty is dried, sand with 180 grit sandpaper over areas with dried wood putty. Coating process. Stain, first coat. Once the surface preparation is completed, the first coating will be the stain application. Apply 1 coat of Sayerlack AML 3542 Hydro Plus Wood Stain for exterior. By using a stain or pigment color, we give the wooden surface a new and harmonized color and enhance the natural grain of the wood with variations in the color shades based on the nature of the wood. Use a clean, flat, and wide spatula to ensure thorough mixing. This is extremely important to ensure contents do not settle at the bottom of the canister. Collect the required amount into a beaker or container. Apply the stain by brush to average around 50 grams per square meter. It is important to make sure that the brush application is of an even thickness and applied in one directive motion. After the stain application, the surface needs to be dried between 1 to 4 hours.
All drying times outlined in this procedure are dependent on weather conditions and are recommendations only.
After drying, sand surface lightly with a 320 to 400 grit sandpaper. Coating process. Base coat. Second and third coats. Apply 1 or 2 coats of Sayerlack oil 3867 waterborne oil for exteriors.
Use a clean, flat and wide spatula to ensure thorough mixing. This is extremely important to ensure contents do not settle at the bottom of the canister. Collect the required amount into a beaker or container. If required, add 1% of Sayerlack XA4034 to the Sayerlack waterborne oil for exteriors. Apply the base coat by brush to average around 50 grams per square meter.
The brush application should be an even thickness and applied in one directive motion. Clean the excess residue after 5 to 10 minutes of application. After the base coat application, the surface needs to be dried for 1 to 4 hours. All drying times outlined in this procedure are dependent on weather conditions and are recommendations only. Sand lightly with 320 to 400 grit sandpaper if required. Coating process. Top coat. Final coat. Apply 1 final coat of Sayerlack oil 3867 waterborne oil for exteriors. Apply the stain by brush to average around 50 grams per square meter. The brush application should be an even thickness and applied in one directive motion. Clean the excess residue after 5 to 10 minutes of application. Allow 24 hours drying prior to use of surface. Periodic cleaning can be done with regular water when required. It is important that strong detergents are not used on the coating. After completing the final coating process, the wood surface will be as follows. This finishing system is versatile and provides ultimate protection for exterior timber decks. For more details, please contact your closest Jat Holdings distributor partner or write to us on info@jatholdings.com.